Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. If anybody is out there, let me know if you can hear me. This is the first broadcast on my stream, on my site rather, my YouTube channel. So excuse me if I make some mistakes because it's the first time I'm doing it. Excuse my face because I just fell face first Saturday morning into hardwood floor and messed my face all up, unconscious, the whole 9 yards. So I'm light skinned. You see a lot of stuff. It's not that serious, but I'm going to keep this channel. I'm starting this channel, and I'm going to keep this channel going no matter what's going on in my life. So I'm gonna fight through it. Excuse the way I look. It'll go away. Well, this is our first dive and our first stream regarding the upcoming fight this Saturday, Wilder versus Fury 3. And this is going to be a historic fight, legendary fight, because the heavyweight championship is the most important thing in boxing. And these two have history. There's been a lot of stuff that's gone up into this build up. But I think you have to say whoever wins this fight on Saturday is actually the heavyweight champion of the world, despite whoever else holds the other belts. This is it. So going into that, my first point is this. I want to start from the beginning. I want to start from the first fight, and then we can get to the third fight and what's coming up there, because I think the build up to this fight and what happened in Wilder, Fury 1 and 2, affects what's going to happen in the ring on Saturday. And by that, I mean, let's go back and examine each fight. The first fight, I was surprised by how effective Fury's jab was in the first fight. He didn't land hard punches, but he was big, and he had the reach, and he was using his jab, and he was letting his hands go. So he probably was scoring points. Wilder wasn't throwing as many punches, but Wilder's punches, if you know him, if you've seen him fight, they pack power. So even though he wasn't throwing as many punches, obviously his punches have an effect, as we saw at the end of the fight. But I was surprised by how active Fury was. I think Wilder had trouble adapting to that. I think the size and the height and the reach threw Wilder off his game early in that fight. And it took a while for him to figure it out. But I think he did figure it out. Was it a knockout? Was it a knockout? That's the issue first. And I would say that I think Fury was on the ground and didn't get up to after 10. So I think it was a knockout. But it wasn't called that way. It's the ref's judgment. So we go back to what the ref said. The ref gave him time. If the ref didn't say he reached 10, if the ref thought he could compete, he's the ref. That's his job. He did that. So we have to go by who won the fight. Honestly, I hate to say this because I detest draws. I hate them with a passion. As everyone says, it's like kissing your sister. But actually, I think it was a draw. I don't like it, but I do think it was a draw. I don't think anybody established dominance enough to be considered the heavyweight champion and to win that fight. And for that reason, I'm going to say I'm comfortable with the draw. So let's get to the second fight. In the second fight, the energy was just off. The energy was off. I'm not talking about the energy building up to the fight. I'm talking about the fight itself. The energy was off. Mainly the thing that struck me was the effect that the effect that Fury's punches had on Wilder. Fury is not known as a puncher. If you look at his record, his KO percentage lets you know he's not known as a puncher. He just isn't. Fury doesn't have that kind of power in the rest of his fights leading up to this fight. In this fight, he came across as almost like George Foreman in terms of his power. That was unusual to me. It was off. And the thing that was really off to me was when you watch the still shots of the fight and some of the punches that Fury was landing on Wilder, you saw that his glove was bent, almost like he was smacking him. He was hitting him, not with the knuckle. He was hitting him in this area with the glove like this. Like this. Girly. but had a lot of effect. That was unusual. And you know where I'm going with this. But before I say my opinion of it, I saw a Fury fight once before the first round even started, where the refs came to check his gloves. It was an unknown fighter. And the ref saw something very unusual with the wrapping of his glove. And he didn't bring them out to start the fight. He stopped it and made Fury's people retape and re-put his gloves back onto his hand properly. And when he walked away, I looked at the look on his face. And the look on the ref's face was like, this guy just tried to pull that on me. What I'm saying is, he's done this before. Whether it was intentional or not, it looked intentional. Obviously, these are experts that are wrapping his hands and putting his gloves on him. Obviously, I think it was intentional. So I assume, from my view, Fury has a past of cheating in the ring, or at least trying to cheat in the ring. You examine him outside of the ring, the drugs, the personality, the dirty urine. His record's just not clean. His record's not clean. So, bottom line, do I think Fury cheated? Do I think he used his gloves in an illegal fashion? Yes. Wilder, in interviews, has stated that he thinks that Fury had something in his gloves. It was the reason why his face was damaged so much. I wasn't in the ring. He was, and he's the fighter he's experienced. That's his opinion. I think his opinion is about as important as anybody's it would be. So, having said that, something was off in that fight. And I don't think that can happen in this fight. So I think that the third fight is going to be a fair fight. It's going to be who's the better fighter, who's in shape. I think Wilder's in shape, and Wilder will carry the day. I think Fury is questionable, and I don't think Fury is what the fighter he showed that he was, what appeared to be in the second fight. For that reason, I'm going with Wilder. Have a poll up. I want you guys to vote on it. Give me your opinion. If you have anything that you want to say, please leave it in the comment section. But welcome to my stream. Welcome to my channel. And look forward to this Saturday night and other things that'll be coming up between now and then. Not just in boxing, but in music, in other forms of sports, and entertainment. I'm going to be putting content out consistently, no matter what's happening in my life, as you can see by my first broadcast. With that being said, I want to thank all of you all who come on here and take a look at the stream. I want to thank you for coming on. Please like and subscribe and come back the next time I'm on. Peace out.